6 o'clock. All right, the Grand Rapids Town Board is meeting today, Tuesday, September 12th, 2023 at 6 p.m. at the Town of Grand Rapids Municipal Building. The first agenda item is Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next agenda item is approve agenda for meeting. I just need to get my pen to work. There we go. All right, next agenda item is approve minutes of the August 8th, 2023 Town Board meeting.
I can make a motion to approve the August 8th, 2023 Town Board meeting as presented.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Fourth agenda item is public comment. People wishing to address the board will be limited to 2 minutes each, with public comment limited to a total of 30 minutes. Yep.
Ron Hatt, 2521 Blueberry Lane. I know you don't answer comments during this part of the meeting. I asked you to consider that, and I don't know where you are in that, but that's not my question. But if I've got a question somewhere during the rest of the agenda items, is that acceptable to ask those questions then?
I think it, yeah. I think if we ask, yeah, if we ask for, if we're accepting them at that time, I'll say it's, we'll see what it is, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Artie Nystrom, 7720 Warren Drive. I just want to say it's wonderful to see the cul-de-sac almost complete, hopefully someday. I do remember reading in the August 3rd County Highway Commission meeting, I'm not sure if this commission meeting, a highway meeting, that they substantially postponed the roundabout that was to take place on County Trunk Z and 48th. I'd like the town board to take action again I would ask them to take action at their next meeting again to reaffirm your unanimous support of that project. Those of us that fought for that project, police, fire, know the severe accidents that happened at that intersection, and I don't want to see another one. Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Okay. All right, next agenda item is monthly reports from the departments. Fire department?
Evening, board and residents. Our monthly report for August of 23. Current staffing is at 46. We're always looking for motivated individuals for fire and EMS. Any interest, stop by the fire station, see me, or give me a call. Service for the month of August. We had 38 calls for service, which consisted of 31 EMS calls and 7 fire calls. Of those 7 fire calls, 5 were in Grand Rapids, 0 in Saratoga, 0 in Grant, 2 mutual aid calls. Mutual aid calls were with Buren and the city of Wisconsin Rapids. Otherwise, we had 2 motor vehicle accidents, 1 carbon monoxide, and 1 lift assist and 1 landing zone. Our training for the month consisted our EMS group did a squad truck equipment familiarization with our new squad truck, as that has a lot of EMS equipment on it as well. Fire, we did rescue boat operations and fill site pumping out at Lake Wazeecha. So I have a typo on there that we had 0 monthly department meetings. We had 1. We had 3 training meetings and 1 officer meeting. So for public relations this last month, we assisted with the car crews on August 5th. We did a fire extinguisher training for the staff at St. Luke's Lutheran Preschool. And we had 4 trucks participate in the Kellner Corn Fest Parade. Our smoke detector program, we did one home this in August. And address signs, we put up 4 address signs in August. So the safety department has 0 injuries to report for August. Any questions from the board on anything? Okay.
Thank you. Police department.
Good evening, everyone. So for the month of August, the Grand Rapids Police Department handled 690 calls for service, and that compared to 421 calls for service in August of 2022. That's about a 63.8% increase in calls, and town board members have a breakdown of those calls. The police department issued 108 traffic citations, 22 municipal ordinance citations, and 199 written warnings, with no DNR citations issued during the month of August. On July 31st, August 8th, and August 10th, 2023, all officers of the Grand Rapids Police Department participated in active shooter training in cooperation with the Wisconsin Rapids Police Department, the Wood County Sheriff's Office, the Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department, and also the Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools. The training emphasized coordination, cooperation, and collaboration between the responding agencies in the event of an active shooter incident. On August 1st, the Grand Rapids Police Department and the Grand Rapids Fire Department participated in a National Night Out campaign at the Crossview Church parking lot in Wisconsin Rapids. National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie. The event was well attended by most police, fire, and EMS services in the area and the local community in general. On August 5th, the Grand Rapids Police Department and the Grand Rapids Auxiliary assisted with the Central Wisconsin Car Cruise. Our primary duties included traffic control during the event at a couple of the intersections. On August 14th and 15th, all officers of the Grand Rapids Police Department completed training on the new Taser 7, the Taser Energy Weapon TEW. All officers are now trained and certified to carry the new Taser 7's model, replacing our older X26 models. Officer Conover is also a certified instructor to conduct this training. On August 19th, the Grand Rapids Police Department and Grand Rapids Auxiliary assisted with the Kellner Cornfest Parade. And again, our primary duties were traffic control prior to and during the parade. Vehicles in the department remain in good operating condition, and once again, feel free to stop by my office anytime you have any questions or suggestions.
Any questions? Yes.
I'm just curious, the 199 written warnings were due to the road closure and the roundabout?
The vast majority of them were, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And along with the citations as well.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
And treasurer's report.
For the month of August, our total receipts were $384,744.13. Our disbursements were $352,899.43. Our daily checking account has a balance of $106,333.08. Our repo account has a balance of $330,431.05. Our money market has a balance of $331,830.03. Our two tax accounts have a total of $451.42. Our outstanding checks total $14,073.15. That group of money totals $754,972.43. Our ARPA account has a balance of $674,656.25. for a grand total of $1,429,628.68.
Thank you. All right, our sixth agenda item then is presentation by Tim Miller, Senior Account Executive from Waste Management on automated collection services for solid waste and recycling.
Good evening, town board and residents.
Good evening.
My name is Tim Miller. I am the public sector representative for Waste Management. I handle the southwest portion of the state, all the way from the border of Minnesota to Wisconsin Rapids, over to Madison, down to Prairie du Chien. So fortunately, I'm based centrally in La Crosse, but I want to thank you for giving me some time to talk about our automated waste collection and recycling collection. We've had a strong relationship with the town of Grand Rapids over the years. Very minimal service concerns. If anything did come up, I know our route manager was very responsive in addressing anything such as potential missed pickup or something along those lines. But I did want to take a moment to talk about the evolution of solid waste and recycling. I can remember when I was younger, my brother and I would sit and look out the window and they'd wait for him to come down the road. Everything went into one can. There'd be a driver and a guy hanging off the back. They'd pick up the can, throw it in, and then toss the can back. And things have really changed from that point. Recycling has become more prevalent. And now we've got multiple cans, multiple items out there. And I did my first route ride with one of our drivers, and it took all of 5-6 stops for me to say, you got to be kidding. We're getting in and out of the truck over 100 times every day, exposing yourself to a potential injury. I know that there's technology out there, but it turns out it's a matter of time, a matter of resources, a matter of being able to acquire the equipment necessary. So that brings us to where we're at today. Automated waste collection. If you could go to the next slide, second slide. What is automated collection? I'd like to step out here if that's all right.
Sure.
It's basically making it a lot simpler for residents and for the hauling company. It's a high-grade plastic cart that has a lid on it. No pests, no rodents, nothing can get in it. They stay closed in relatively high winds. It's an automated truck that'll come up and hook onto a bar on the cart and dump it into the hopper of the truck where it's collected. It does make it cleaner for the community, more convenient for the residents, because the carts do have a wheel on it, a large wheel that is easy to maneuver. I know I have neighbors around me, there's children that I see navigating it out to the curb. I see we've got an elderly couple right down the road from me, and they're able to maneuver it down with ease. So it's a pretty convenient method. So if we could go on to the next slide. It's kind of an overview of the benefits for residents. I mean, the wheeled carts, again, are easy to maneuver and position. No heavy lifting. You're not carrying it down to the curb. You just roll it. The lids keep pests out, and it's a 96-gallon cart is the one that is best suited for the service. We've tried out various sizes, and the 96-gallon is the one that fits the arm the best. Less trouble. Sometimes the cart would end up in the actual hopper. So the 96-gallon is the best one, and that allows for additional bags, additional recycling, additional trash. The community benefits, it is cleaner, less litter on the streets. It's a much quieter collection and much easier collection because there's one item that we're picking up versus picking up 10 bags that are loose and hopefully we're not gotten into by any animals. From an operational standpoint, it does improve our time, and improving the time also means that we're improving the efficiency and we're able to keep costs down in the long run to the residents. So you can go to the next slide. This is a picture of the automated truck. Right now we work off of a what's called a split body rear load truck. And it's got a divider right down the middle. Trash goes in one side, recycling goes in the other. The automated vehicle, the driver stays inside the cab, does not get out, is not exposing himself to strains or sprains, lifting the cart up into the back of the waste vehicle. This reduces the risk of injury and it improves our driver retention. That's another hot point where if we don't have drivers and we end up bumping the day, that's a horrible position to be in. So we're trying to make it more attractive to acquire talented individuals to drive these trucks. It's a bigger truck. A garbage truck in general is a big truck. So having that go up and down your streets, we're trying to do it as efficiently and quickly as we can to get the items picked up. Next slide, please. Oh, he was gonna pick one up, I guess.
Oh.
That's okay. I didn't actually realize that was doing that.
Okay, let's see if he was gonna do it.
It'll hook onto a bar on the front of it. They have to be facing the correct way and dumps it right in. And then places it right back. There's another version of the truck on the next slide. It's called a Corrado truck that has the hopper in the front. And it's just another method. I believe we're going to be going with the first one that you saw, but I did want to make you aware that there's another optional of a truck out there as well. And as you can see, like I said, from my first route ride of getting in and out of the truck 100, 120 times a day, that's a pretty significant improvement in efficiency. Along with that comes a pretty significant price tag and investment on our end, but we believe it's definitely worth it for a safety standpoint and to improve the look in the community. Speaking of the look in the community, the trash cans going to a carted service on trash day. I look down my street and you can see they're lined with the carts. You know if it's the recycling week or if it's just the trash week. Because that recycling container being 96 gallons, typically it's a every other week service on the recycling. And if you were to need another container for some reason, if you have more recycling than needed, we can provide that. It does make it easier to recycle right. Recycling, like I said, has become much more prevalent. It's important to divert these items from the landfill and get them to a place where we can reuse them, recycle them, and help protect the growth of the landfill and the planet in general. Liquids are a major problem with recycling, and that's why we have the lid on top to keep water out. And then back at it's called a MRF material, the facility that handles the recyclables, it's quite a process that separates all the items. You don't have to do anything extra to separate. Put all of your recycling into one container, and when it gets back to the MRF, they're separating cardboard, glass, plastics, paper, and everything finds its home, and that's...
And garbage?
Garbage does not go to the MRF for recycling, no. Garbage all goes to the landfill. But for recycling, everything does get separated out for each commodity. So, we've got some educational material that we'll be sharing as well. It talks about cart placement, how to wheel the carts out, how to keep them separate so that they can be picked up. Try to limit overages, try to eliminate contamination, and any other educational material that we can provide. We do have cart hangers that we can convey to the residents. So, a lot of information. Just would like to see your thoughts and see if you have any questions on this.
Yeah, I know we had this discussion when we met with the recycling and solid waste before, but you had mentioned in that meeting, one of the reasons why you are proposing this at this time is that you're actually eliminating like the current vehicle that is being used in the community for, I don't know if you call it a tail load or
The rear load truck?
rear load.
Yes, the rear load trucks are being phased out, not just with waste management, but all haulers are going to the automated system of picking up the weekly service.
Mm-hmm. And then also, when it comes to the rolling out the program, you gave a little bit of a quick blurb about how, you've done this several times throughout Wisconsin, and that, how you roll out the program as far as you start like delivering these
Yes.
containers.
Yep, the carts would be delivered toward the end of December. Everyone will get a trash cart, a recycling cart. I do understand resistance to change, because it's human nature, and I am actually the same way when it comes to something disrupting my norm. But I can tell you this, every community that it's been rolled out in, they did not, a majority of them were opposed to the idea because it was change. But once they got them, you couldn't take it away from them. You could go to any residents that have the carts right now and ask them if they'd want to go back to a trash can, and they would tell you, hands down, no. It's just an easier way of doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Is it camera operated?
They do have cameras on them. There's a camera when they pull up. There's a camera in the back. We have had some issues of items being in there that shouldn't be in there. So there's a camera in there, and then when it's done, it I believe has a picture on that as well. That's called smart truck technology. That's what they're coming out with.
So if Murph ends up with 5 paint cans with paint in them, you know where those come from, right?
Right.
Because it takes a picture of that,
Right.
and does it copy down the address, or is it just a view of the house?
Well, the smart truck technology will be, once it's implemented, does operate off of GPS. They will know what address, they will know who did it, and know that it wasn't you, and they know who the offender was. Because we want to educate, and we want to improve it and make it better.
Right.
Okay, so what about weight and building equipment? Because right now you can't put insulation in there.
Right. There is a list of recyclable materials, and that'll be part of the educational rollout that we'll present to all the residents. And there's items that you can and cannot recycle. and even that is growing. Film has never been something that we were able to put in there, and I'm talking about the film outside on like packaging, and that is now something that we can take. But no construction items are in there. Those need to be disposed of differently.
Is there a weight limit in case somebody's cleaning out a garage or, and they think that all this stuff is iron and it'll be recycled? Is there a weight limit that can go in those, or?
Oh, I think that's an excellent question. I think within reason, if you're able to get it down to the curb, I think the hydraulic arm will be able to pick it up. But we obviously wouldn't want it to be abused or something that would cause an issue. I don't know that that's ever come up, but
My understanding is the electronic equipment is.
e-waste
hidden.
is completely separate, yeah, because of the items that are in that. You're correct.
And you catch those, right?
Well-
If somebody recycles a computer or any of those things.
You'd like to think that we're able to catch everything. If it doesn't get caught there, it is identified at the recovery facility, and then we have to dispose of it the correct way.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to make one more comment. You know, our contract goes from year to year, and so I asked him to come to give us a little presentation of where he sees our community moving forward into the future. So, you know, right now, everything is, you know, just being researched and looked at what's out there as far as availabilities and processes.
So in your service territory, how many municipalities use this system versus using the system we currently have?
I would say it's got to be 90% using it.
Yeah.
The town of Buren just went to it.
Really?
No less than a year ago.
Thank you.
So the town of Saratoga, you also have them
Town
now?
of Saratoga voted last week to.
Are you allowed to tell what the value, what the price is per residence?
I can tell you what it is for you guys.
Okay, tell me,
$14.45.
per month.
$14.45 per month, and that's picking up the trash every week and the recycling every other week.
Thank you. Who's got a question?
Shirley has a question.
Yeah, so with the recycling container, do you have anything on the cover that shows what should be recycled and should be recycled?
We can send that out with the calendar, the annual calendar. Some of them, I've seen some with that, and I've seen some that did not have it. I think it's a great idea to have it on the lid.
Yeah, because, you know, I think 99% of the people do not know what's recyclable and what's not recyclable. Because they just don't know, you know. And I think a good education program, when you first roll this out, and I think if it's on the cover, I've seen them on the cover of places too, where they show, you know, what's to be recycled, and sometimes they show something and then they have a line cross that tells you what shouldn't be recycled.
Right.
So, is that,
We'll definitely send that out with the educational material to the town residents. I will talk to them about a sticker on the lid, because it's typically just the different color sticker that identifies that it's recycling, but I think it would be a great addition. Thank you for bringing that up.
Two containers are a different color, correct?
The lids are different colors, yeah.
And you said paper is also in the recycling container?
Yes.
Okay.
So, maybe that answers my questions now, but I thought you get one container, but it sounds like we're getting two containers, one for recycling and one for
Trash,
trash,
you're correct,
both 96 gallons,
correct.
okay?
The annual
Yes.
calendar you spoke of, does that list both garbage and recycling pickup, but then does it note holidays and that your pickup will be a day late? So
Yes.
hopefully people will get used to that and not call every holiday?
Correct, it will designate, and real quick, the way the holidays work, if your pickup day is on a Monday and the holiday is on a Tuesday of the week, you're not affected. If the holiday is on a Monday, the entire week is affected. Anything after that holiday throughout the week, thank you for bringing that up.
And it's only 7 major holidays.
Yes, yes.
That's all I have.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, our next agenda item is consideration and possible action on 48th Street Bridge repair. And this is just to take action on what we decided last time.
Yeah, due to the public notice.
I make a motion that we go forth with the 48th Street Bridge repair as noted.
Is there a second?
I have a second, but for conversation or my question, I do have a question in regards to it. Did we decide where the funds were coming from? Because maybe that needs to be in this motion.
I don't, trying to remember if you discussed that last month or not. I think it would just be coming from the general fund. We weren't taking it from ARPA
That's
unless
why
there's
we
leftover funds.
wanted
Yeah,
it
and there
out.
wasn't any leftover funds in the public works because we had that already
We don't-
designated for the,
We don't know because we'll be getting bills from the county throughout the next
Yeah.
3 months, so we have no idea where we're gonna be
Okay.
at. So if there's leftover funds, then we could definitely take it from there. Otherwise, it would just come from the general
Okay.
fund. So,
okay. Does that need to be in this motion?
no,
Okay.
because we're not doing, I don't think we'd have to do anything
Okay.
different.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, 8th agenda item is consideration and possible action on filling plan commission vacancy. For this one here, I would like to appoint Dan Paulson to the vacant plan commission position.
I'll second that.
Is that replacing Adam Decline?
Yeah, the vacant one is there, yep. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 9th agenda item is consideration and possible action on police officer Backlund's resignation.
I'll make a motion to accept Police Officer Backlund's resignation.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 10th agenda item is consideration and possible action on public buildings recommendation for a new phone system. Bill, do you want to give a
Yes.
overview? Okay.
Yes, we checked with 2 people on this, and the one we picked out was he's our IT person also. And so I would make a motion. I think it's the best one we can deal with.
Okay, is there a second?
I can second for discussion.
Okay.
One of my questions were, are all of these parts to this proposal needed, is everything needed to make the system work? Okay. And then with these individual parts that are needed, are they like, as an example, the rollout, would they be able, if they have updates, will they accept more updates to them? Or are they, like a older brand where you may have difficulties with updates? Okay,
I don't think there would be updates because this isn't like that 3CX or whatever the other one was called. This is just the Avaya system.
Okay.
So like the Avaya phones now, we've had for probably 30 years, I don't know.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. And
So,
30.
maybe not 30.
Okay, and then, were you able to look into that conference call, part? Did you like that one the most when you reviewed them?
Yes,
Yep.
that was a very
Okay.
good option.
All right, because I know we utilize that
Yep.
quite a bit.
No,
so-
that would be nice.
Okay, that was all my questions.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, 11th agenda item is consideration and possible action on establishing next agenda date and time. So this I wanted to put on here, I wanted to have a discussion around moving our Tuesday town board meetings to the second Wednesday instead of second Tuesday.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion?
How are we going to notify what routes are we going to utilize to inform people of the change? And will this be effective, starting in October?
Yep.
Okay, starting in October, and then what are the avenues that we're gonna take for notification? Because I think like we have, like that Wood County book that's sent out to municipalities. I believe that one indicates that it's Tuesdays, but, so there's gonna,
I can notify
Need-
Trent at the county.
Yes.
We can put it on Facebook, the website, the newsletter in the fall. We'll
Okay.
update that.
Just like a special meeting,
Yeah.
no, really.
okay,
That would be the 4 places, I would think.
And the only time there might be some interference if court would happen to fall on the second Wednesday, then obviously the board meeting would have to go to,
the
And
fire department?
I did
Okay.
check with the fire chief. They don't have a normal training on the second Wednesday, so if we had to utilize the fire station maybe once a year, we could.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Looks
Alright.
like October 10th would be the first
Yeah. Yep.
meeting of that change. Okay.
Next agenda item is operator license applications.
And just note that you've got 2 denials on there too, please.
I'll make a motion to approve Teresa Baker, Shannon Durant, Cindy Schmidt for the 1-year operator's license application, and deny Carissa Cumberland and Imani Smith.
I'll second those approvals and denies.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The next agenda item is the August disbursement vouchers.
Thought I had one, but let me look. Usually. No, I did not.
Okay. All right, then, next we're on to monthly reports from the committees. Public Works. We're just in the process of hiring a Public Works maintenance employee. We haven't met as a committee this last month.
There was one from that. You didn't put down the town board meeting?
No,
Oh, I
Lisa
caught
caught that.
Okay, super, thank you.
All right.
Um, Just if we can maybe update with Mike's projects, or,
Oh, sure, go ahead.
okay. Mike, all your paving's all done? Paving and patching is all
Nope,
done?
they'll be starting the last subdivision tomorrow,
Okay.
late morning, early afternoon.
I drove a bunch of it, they all look good?
Yep.
Okay.
Airport Commission.
Yes, we met the 7th. There was discussion of the approval of an economic development plan for 2024. The airport master plan is making its way through its appropriate channels and so on, and it is now at the Bureau of Aeronautics desk, I guess you'd say. They did have an injury. Airport assistant had a shoulder sprain. He's on light duty. The airport is looking forward to its busiest month historically, which is September. The city administrator is asking for Jeremy, or the airport manager, to design or come up with a fuel pricing strategy plan. An ideal plan would show a slight profit, which would still make Alexander Field a destination airport for the recreational pilots and the everyday, like weekend type pilots, because of our inexpensive fuel. The airport is also looking to replace some very well-used vehicles, and we'll look into that a little bit. They've got an old squad car, Crown Victoria type squad car that is, again, very well used, and a pickup truck. Future agenda items, they're looking forward to their completion of their budget, and then that fuel pricing strategy. That's all.
And last time at the SEED Committee, Conservation, Education, Economic Development, they released $15,000 to the airport.
Recycling, solid waste, and water.
Okay, we met August 14th, and we had one setback variation, a business license, and a zoning permit for a carport.
You're doing
Recycling.
plan commission. She
Oh,
is.
plan commission,
Just
sorry.
anything
Recycling,
else.
solid waste, sorry. Thank you. The recycling solid waste, we met with Tim, who was here this evening, and so he just went through a lot more details. So that's pretty much what we worked on. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead now.
Okay, now I can do plan commission. We met last night, and we had one setback variation, a business license, and a zoning permit for a carport. Future agenda items, one that we noted was we wanted to have a definition of, and I don't know who would be able to answer this, but fireproof and non-fireproof when it comes to the, it'd be the setbacks for the B1 zoning. So we wanted to put that on the agenda to figure that out. That's it.
Public buildings, we met about the phones. Bill, is there anything else?
No,
No.
except with the sign that we proposed, we have somebody else looking at it too. It was refused at the county level, at the SEED Committee, what we put in for it.
Yep. Okay, legislative. Did we meet? Public safety.
We did not meet.
Okay, economic development, we also did not meet this last month. Personnel, that committee has been busy. So right now in the process of hiring public works maintenance, and then also the zoning administrative assistant.
We have a meeting plan, you have a meeting plan for Wednesday.
Tomorrow, yep. All right, then WTA meeting.
The last WTA meeting was held August 18th, and it was hosted by the town of Sherry, Jason Gutenberg from the Wood County Planning and Zoning, Director Roland Hawks from the Wood County Highway Department were the speakers, and they spoke on right-of-ways way permitting like in the town and the roads. What is permitted in the town's right of ways to be placed there? That was a discussion that they had, which was very interesting. And the other thing is, State Senator Pat Teston was at our meeting, and he spoke on the state budget and what they're doing at the legislators. And WTA Director Jack Herrick, they talked about the LRIP program on it. That just was, there was 5 people elected to that board to serve on the LRIP program. And the next meeting is September 15th at the town of Siegel. And the speaker there is going to be Trent Minor, county clerk. And just to let you know, it was announced about the fall workshops, and I'm going for the fall workshops. They're located, the one at Stevens Point was held Monday the 18th, and I had something there, I couldn't go to it. But you gotta get your report in 10 days prior to the meeting, and it's $70.
So you're going when?
I'm going Monday, September 25th.
Are you gonna get that registration into me tonight then?
Yes,
Okay.
right here it is.
We just cut checks today, so we'll have to, maybe I can pay with the credit card maybe, okay.
Okay. All right, next agenda item is reports from individual town board members. Bill?
No, I don't have anything.
Patty?
No, I don't have anything.
Anything, Jason?
I would like to make mention to our police department and our fire department both for participating in the Kellner Parade. I was asked by some friends if I would like to come on board with kind of rejuvenating the Kellner Parade, and we had a huge turnout, and it really turned into a quite a success. Chief Mel had put Officer Cody on for some auxiliary help. Officer Kaylee helped out. And then also kudos to Sergeant Drinkwine. He was on duty that day, but he just put key people in key places because we had a lot of people in the area. We also did have some help from the Wood County Reserve Sheriff's Department. We had 2 officers from there, 2 sheriff's reserves from there too. And lastly, Chief Bob, also for participating in the parade with your trucks and that. It was, again, it was a lot of fun to be a part of, and appreciate all of our town's help.
No problem.
That's all.
Jeff?
Don't have anything?
Okay, I don't have anything either. All right, agenda item number 16 is public input. People wishing to address the board will be limited to 2 minutes each, with the public input limited to a total of 16 minutes. Sure.
Why did you move the meeting date?
It's schedule conflicts. So essentially with having support for community events, children in sports, stuff like that, Wednesdays being more accommodating to board members and also those wanting to attend. Any other comments? Okay. All right, future agenda items? Okay. All right, next agenda item is the Grand Rapids Town Board may go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility for the purpose of interviewing candidates for the public works maintenance positions.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call. Bill?
Aye.
Patty?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
And myself, aye.